Hamtaro ASMR. Hang on. I might have to check this one out. Hey, I heard you need a voice actor. Good thing I cleared some time up in my schedule, in my busy schedule, just for this. Forget about that. Here, come on, I'll show you what we have to offer. No, that was just a bit. It's like the middle of summer. I'm not wearing this big ass coat. It is a nice coat, but not for like 90-degree weather outside. So that's going away. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing today is I'm going to be auditioning on voice acting websites for maybe not the best stuff, but hopefully some silly stuff will come out of it. And I'm just gonna, try and be silly, maybe be a little serious on some of the auditions, but for the most part, I'm just gonna be kind of silly. And if I do actually get the part, then I'll do the role. That would be pretty sick, I'm beginning voice actor. I need more roles, so I'll take anything. So that's pretty much it. Let's hop right into it. Okay, editor, put a giant explosion right. Boom. Okay, we're back. So today I'm gonna be using Casting Call Club, CCC. I've actually used this a bunch before. When I was first getting started, you can see I've submitted 83 auditions before. My first were just terrible. But I've gotten a lot better at it now. And so today we're just gonna see what kind of projects there are. Websites like this are really great for kind of smaller projects like fan dubs and some smaller solo projects. Typically it's unpaid, but sometimes you'll get projects that do offer some money. And as we go on later, I'll give a story about one of my experiences with it. But it's a really great way to start like building practice up and get some practice recording auditions and stuff like that, which can be really helpful. We're gonna see what kind of silly stuff there is. Yeah. Okay, so we started off at the top. Filter voice actor. Okay, we got some silly ones. Wow, the deadline is about in an hour or so. That's crazy. And there's 850 submissions. Yeah, a lot of the more bigger projects will get so many submissions, especially if they're paid, like auditions and stuff like that. Let me see, any people, these... Okay, this just kind of seems like an anime, Okay, hang on. For this one, it would be kind of silly to be just a little letter. So, let me see.
I really doubt you'll make it into the academy. How long are you going to stand there fantasizing about yourself?
Okay, so I think we found the first thing that we're gonna audition for, which will just be this letter, I guess. I don't know the source material at all. We open up our recording software of choice. In my case, it's Adobe Audition. And let's see. Oh, letter guy. Okay, and now I can perhaps teach you a little bit of microphone technique. Even though I may not have the best microphone technique myself, one of the guidelines that I learned from a class I took was to do this with your hands, like you're ringing someone up. So you take your hand like this, like you're a surfer dude, like, whoa, bro. and you just hold it up to the pop filter and to your mouth. And that's kind of the distance you should be away from the mic, because you don't want to peak the microphone too much by talking loudly, and you don't want a lot of your mouth sounds to go into the microphone. And I'm sure that most of us dislike the sounds that our mouths make. I know I do. So I try to make it so my mouth noises aren't too prevalent in my recordings and stuff like that. Let me see. Let me pull up the little script here as well. Okay, so usually I just have the script on my second monitor while I record stuff, but in this case, I'm just gonna do it on the same monitor, so then you can see the script as I record as well. Alrighty, so let's see. So the letter is described as stuck up and is impatient and somewhat grumpy. His voice is proud, lower pitch if possible, a bit stuck up and grumpy and uptight. Also open to interpretation. Interesting. Alright, harsh, doubtful. Okay, let's see. I really doubt you'll make it into the academy. I really doubt you'll make it into the academy. Okay, not too bad. And what I usually do for these types of auditions is I do AABBCC format, which means I do 2 of the first line, 2 of the second line, and then 2 of the third line, just to kind of give it some variation, and it'll show off more of my range as well. So if you're ever auditioning for stuff like this, I would recommend doing that also. But that's just me. So let me do that again. I really doubt you'll make it into the academy. I really doubt you'll make it into the academy. I really doubt you'll make it into the academy. Okay. I feel like that's not too bad. How long are you going to stand there fantasizing about yourself? How long are you going to stand there fantasizing about yourself? How long are you going... Oh, whoops. Oopsie. You see, when you make a mistake while recording, it's amazing. You can just delete it and then retry. It's so nice. How long are you going to stand there fantasizing about yourself? Well, it was a long trip, but at least it wasn't so boring with you around. Well, it was a long trip, but at least it wasn't so boring with you around. Wasn't so boring. Well, it was a long trip, but at least it wasn't so boring. Well, it was a... Oh, whoops, I messed up the line. Oopsie. Well, it was a long trip, but at least it wasn't so boring with you around. Okay, there we go. We got the first audition done, and then I'm just gonna go through and kind of clean it up a bit, and then submit it, and I'll be right back. Stop! So another thing that I do immediately after I finish recording is I go over to here, I use the declicker effect in diagnostic, and I do light. And this helps to kind of remove some of the mouth sounds and like some of the pops of, certain sounds that you'll make. So it's really helpful, but if you do it like on the high reduction or heavy reduction or whatever it is, yeah, on the heavy reduction, then it starts kind of distorting your audio too much. So I just do it on the light reduction to just kind of get rid of some of the bass mouth sound effects. So yeah. Oh yeah. All right, we are done with that first one. I'll briefly check through the rest of these to see if we find anything else. Unicorn. It would be kind of sick to be a unicorn, Let me see. Voice majestic, strong, slightly prideful. Okay. Yeah. I can do a quick little unicorn. Unicorn guy. What should I try and do for this unicorn? Maybe like, I have no need to talk with or understand foolish humans. Something like that. Kind of like loud, boisterous. Maybe I can turn down the gain on my mic so then I can be a bit louder than usual. But only by a little bit. I suppose I shall allow you to pet me, young lady. I suppose I shall allow you to pet me, young lady. It's such a strange line. I suppose... no. Ugh. I suppose I oh, whoops. I suppose I will allow you to pet me, young lady. Okay, so I'm thinking, like, the first one is gonna be kind of more angry, and doesn't like humans as much. And then the second one is gonna be a bit more, like, mellow. I suppose I shall allow you to pet me, young lady. I suppose I will allow you to pet me, young lady. I have no need to talk with or understand foolish humans. I have no need to talk with or understand foolish humans. Foolish human, release me from this cage before I am truly angered. Foolish human, release me from this cage before I am truly angered. Okay, yeah, whatever. Unicorn guy goes crazy. Okay, I'm done with that one. We'll look for some of the other ones as well. That look kind of silly. Hamtaro ASMR. Hang on. I might have to check this one out. If it will ever load. What is going on? Okay. There's only 8 submissions. I have a big chance of getting this. Let me see. Okay, there's Snoozer. They don't call this lazy ham snoozer for nothing. This mysterious, heavy sleeper of the ham clubhouse is pretty much always seen sleeping in his sock. Interesting. Okay, I am gonna do this one. I've always wanted to be a little hamster named Snoozer. I guess. Let's see. Wait, I wanna hear of some of other people's submissions.
Oh, I didn't mean it, boss. Please don't demote.
Okay, I liked what that guy was doing, but please edit out the mouth noises. Please, no one likes listening to that. Hamster guy. Booyah. Okay, what are we thinking? Maybe like a deep, gravelly Brooklyn accent. Oh, I didn't mean to, boss. Please don't demote me again. Okay. No, we'll do a little silly voice like this one for one of them, I think. Ooh, I didn't mean to, boss. Please don't demote me again, boss. And then, I'll try my best for a nice little Brooklyn accent, you know? Nice little Joyzy, you know? Oh, I didn't mean to, boss. I didn't mean to, boss. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm just practicing. You gotta understand, I take this very seriously. Okay. I'm chill. Totally chill. I can't bring myself to press the record button. I have to. This could be my big break. I can't. Okay, man up. Water break. Drink your water if you haven't. Nice little water. Nice little bevy. Okay. No more stalling.
Oh, I didn't mean it, boss. Please don't demote me again.
That was so ass. No one says zzz while they're sleeping. Why not a me 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 me? You know? Okay, since this is ASMR, I should turn up my microphone more. Or maybe hang on, maybe I turn it down and then I get closer to the mic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're moving the pop filter closer as well. How do you guys like this? Should I record every video like this? You can listen to my smooth, sultry voice. Sorry about that.
Oh, I didn't mean to, boss. Please don't demote me.
That was so terrible. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't mean to, boss. Please don't demote me again. Okay, that was good. That was good. That was peak. Okay, we got our base. This is where we're gonna branch off from, and I'm just gonna do one take of this. Oh, that is beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, number two, sleep talking. All aboard the Dream Express. Hope the train departs near the marshmallow tree. I'm starving. Oh my god, this is my best vocal performance I've ever done. I think that's it. I've peaked. Even if I make it as a big voice actor, I'm gonna be haunted by this for the rest of my life. I'm starving. The little zzz at the end really sells it, I think. Really, pulls it all together. Okay, let me submit this real quick. And I'm sure I'll get the callback for this, right? Like, there's no way they can deny me for that. I think one of the best pieces of work ever. I don't want to, float my own boat too much, but like, there's not much that tops that. Hello, I'm V. Kruka VA. Signed. Whoops. Signed by Kruka. Whoops. Signed by Kruka VA. And this is my audition for hamster guy. He sounds silly, and I hope you like my performance. I guess I'll throw in my Discord just in case. Wow, wonderful audition. Okay, so story time with me, Kruka VA. So I don't remember if I made a video about this. No, I definitely did. I definitely talked about this. I think maybe in my Monster Hunter video a while ago. But I had mentioned that I finally had landed my first role for voice acting, which was for a solo leveling abridged series. Where I got to voice a little goblin guy, and it was awesome. It was so cool. Editor, if you can find my lines for the goblin, you can play them. And I don't know why I keep saying editor. I don't know why I keep saying editor, because I'm the only one making these videos. I am the editor. So I got to voice a little goblin. I did like 3 lines. It was just gonna be a very minor character. And I recorded my lines, sent them, and I waited months without hearing anything back, until, the guy working on the project said that it was almost done, okay? Which was awesome. It was very exciting. And then it got pushed back like another month or 2, because, people are busy, I understand. And then the video came out, and I was at work at the time, so I waited until I got home. I was very tired. I ate my food from work, and then I sat down to watch the video. It was 17 minutes long, which is kind of crazy for like an abridged dub, like unless it's like Dragon Ball Z abridged. But I sat down, 17 minutes go by. I'm like, huh, where's the goblin? My first and biggest role. It was cut, and I needed that. I was gonna leverage that into Hollywood and then become the biggest actor ever, and it got cut. That was just a prank. I was not about to cry. I'm glad that my role as Goblin got cut from the video, because the script was so terrible. I got to read the script like when I was recording my lines, and yikes, it was not good. Like solo leveling already doesn't have much story about it. It's just kind of gets from point A to point B, and then pipe moments and aura. But this was just, oh my god, it was just terrible. It was just about all of the women in the show falling in love with the main character. It was just awful. And kind of cringy. But I thought the voice actors did a good job. And no shade to them, because it's always the writing, it's not the actor. Well, okay, it's not always the writing and the actors, but most of the time, I feel like it's the writing and not the acting. So I'm glad that my part got cut, and who knows? Maybe I'll be able to leverage my big Hamtaro ASMR role into Hollywood and then become the biggest actor ever, I think. I'm sure they give Oscars for Hamtaro ASMR roles, so you never know. Anyway, that was story time with Kruka VA. Whew. Oh yeah. Dude, I am so sick and so awesome. Okay, well, I have been feeling a little under the weather for the last couple days, so I am going to end it here. It was fun doing a couple silly auditions and stuff like that. And I've been meaning to do more auditions on CCC, but I just really haven't had the time. So I decided to try and make a video out of it. So I hope to. It's like I'm auditioning, I'm messing up my words. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, there's a button to show that you liked the video. It's called the like button. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Press the one that looks like this and not like that, because that would be bad. But thank you. Voice acting. Yeah, voice acting. Yeah, we get it. Yeah. Okay, goodbye.